Hello, boys and girls. This is our social studies lesson. Our learning goal is to learn how to be a good citizen. This will show you how to be a good citizen. You will show your understanding by writing and sorting responsibilities. Let's review. Why do people form governments? Well, we form governments for four different reasons. Services, the government provides us with services such as snow plowing. Safety, to help keep us safe. Laws, because everyone needs laws. And problem solving, because sometimes there are problems that we need solving, and the government is able to help us do that. We cannot solve them on our own. How is the government organized? Well, there are three branches. Remember, we talked about that last week. There are three branches of government. One branch of government makes the laws. One branch enforces laws. And one interprets the laws. That means they decide what the law means. And then the last part is, what values are these based on? And when we think about the government, they try to help us and create things that's for the common good. And they have to think about individual rights. So again, for the common good, which is for everybody in the community, versus people's individual rights. And so this is an overview of how the whole thing looks for local government. There are two vocabulary words that we have learned. We have learned citizen. A citizen is a member of a community. For example, you are a citizen of your classroom community, your school, and your community where you live. Responsibilities, things people are supposed to do. So let's look at responsibility. I want you to take a minute to think about, what are some of your responsibilities at home? What are some things that you are supposed to do? Now, what are some responsibilities that you have in our classroom? Take a moment and think about that. And again, responsibilities are things people are supposed to do. Responsibility, again, things people are supposed to do. Citizens have responsibilities in their communities. In our story, everybody brings noodles, and my grandmother's the mayor. The main characters were good citizens. One helped to plan and carry out a block party, and the other gathered toys for the children who were in the community center following the apartment fire. So in both of the stories that we listened to, they were good citizens. So now we have what's called civic responsibility. Repeat, civic responsibilities. Civic responsibilities are things that you are supposed to do to help your community. So, such as obeying community laws, voting, voting, voting. I said that one again because that is very, very important. Helping keep the community safe and clean. Helping to solve community problems. So over here on this assignment that we did as a class. You don't have this one, but we just did it as a class, so we'll do it together. We have our purpose of government on this side, and then the responsibility of a citizen. So the government, remember, one of their purposes is to make laws. As a citizen, your responsibility is to follow or obey those laws. Over here, the government's responsibility is to keep people safe. Perhaps your responsibility would be to call 911 if you see someone in trouble, or if you see a fire or see a problem. As a citizen, a good citizen, it's your responsibility to make sure to call 911. Over here, the government helps to solve problems. So as a good citizen, what is it that you could do to help solve problems? One way is to volunteer at a shelter, or if you see someone, a homeless person on the street, is to give them money or donate food. Those are some things that you can do to help solve some problems. Or even if you see litter on the streets, as a citizen, you could definitely go pick that trash up. Or if you're in the park, let me be more specific. If you're in the park or you're out in the community and you see trash, being a good citizen, you could go and pick those things up. And the last thing is the government provides leaders. So the government will give us leaders to vote for, or leaders. And so as a responsible citizen, we have to vote. And so voting is important. So there are two types of responsibilities. We've already talked about one, which is civic responsibilities, things members of a community are supposed to do. Voting and obeying laws are civic responsibilities. Then the other responsibility is personal responsibilities, things individual people are supposed to do, such as brushing your teeth and doing your homework, are personal responsibilities. So civic responsibilities are things that you do as a citizen for the community. So again, civic responsibilities are things that you do as a citizen to help the community. However, personal responsibilities are things that you are supposed to do that just help you, that help you, that help you. Civic responsibilities help the community. Personal responsibilities help you and your family. So again, brushing your teeth would be a personal responsibility because that personally helps you. You brushing your teeth does not necessarily help the community. In class, we made a list of some personal responsibilities and some civic responsibilities. Let's see if you could come up with some as well. One of the personal responsibilities we came up with was doing chores. That's something that helps you in your household. Another personal responsibility is doing your homework. Again, that's something that personally helps you. So personal responsibilities help you. Then we said civic responsibilities. What are some civic responsibilities? So an example of civic responsibility would be voting. Voting is something that helps our whole community. Another example is picking up litter in the park. That's a civic responsibility when you're picking up litter in the park. Now, if you're just cleaning your house, that's a personal responsibility. But if you are out in the community cleaning up, then that is a civic responsibility. And now we've come to the online assignments. It is called Civic. I believe it's Civic and Personal Responsibilities, or either just Responsibilities, but it is in your Google Classroom. So make sure that you complete that online assignment. Okay, thank you. Oh, before we wrap up, make sure you think about how to be a good citizen. Thank you.